Welcome to KB Diamonds Edu Consult. In today's edition, we'll be talking about toilet training. So if you have a toddler at home, please sit back and join me in this short video. Toilet training is a process of training a young one to use the toilet for the purpose of urination or defecation. So as a mother, we start grooming our toddlers even from cradle. Once they soil their diaper, you try as much as possible to change the diaper, so that you don't encourage them to adapt to dirty habits of soiling themselves and just continue their activities. So when we notice that they've soiled their diaper, even from baby, you try to change it immediately. And if this is not done, of course, you discover that the child will have rashes in the pulpit area, and you start spending money on buying nappy rash cream. So all these are grooming that has to take effect even right from their baby. Now, I also recommend that for us to kickstart the toilet training exercise, you need to notice some one or two things in your child. When you see them portraying or doing this, you know that, oh, definitely this child is ready for a toilet training. Number one is their bladder control. Perhaps that child normally, we at so much interval, just wee, and the napkin is so wet and heavy, But in this case, the child is on diaper for 2 hours, and you just check on the child, the napkin, the wipe, the diaper is dry. You know that this child is ready. Also, one thing again we have to note is that when the child starts following instruction, give him little instruction, is able to respond to it. Oh, get me that ball, get me your toy, and the child respond. It means when you give him little instruction, go sit on your potty, the child is ready to do that. You know that the child is ready for toilet training. Number 3 is that when the child just deliberately, without being forced or being instructed to, he goes to the toilet and defecate there, either urinate or poo. It can even be on the floor because he has not been groomed on where to do it right. When we notice this, we know that the child is ready for the toilet training. What do we need to get ready once we want to commence on this exercise? We get the pull-up pants. The pull-up pants is also a diaper, but in form of a pants, and they are in different sizes. You can also make available short knicker. The short knicker must be easy to remove and easy to wear, preferably the one with an elastic, not a short that has a belt. By unlocking the belts or stuff like that, the child can even pee or poo on his or herself. We get our wipes ready, hand gloves. Perhaps if the child defecates and we want to changing clothes. Also, if you have a table mat to do that, if the child defecates, perhaps there are stains. Once it is stained, then you dispose it. It makes the cleaning process very hygienic and it's neat. You can also get gloves to use when you want to change. You get it in a pack, getting the child ready for the toilet training exercise. Another thing we have to do is the schedule sitting. This is the process in which you bring the child to the toilet area at a regular interval. Initially, when you're starting, you start with 30 minutes, and as you progress, it can reduce to maybe 15 or 10 minutes. At this interval, you take the child to the toilet area to go and use the toilet and he leaves the toilet area and continues his or her play. At this place, you try to let the child know how to sit on the potty. The child sits on the potty, or if it's a boy, you have the toilet seat. You let the child know that if you want to use the toilet, you remove the toilet seat. And for the girl, since you are there to support the child, you try to help to clean or wipe the toilet seats, and ask the girl to sit and pee or poo. This is a grooming that needs to take place so that they know that when it is time for them to pee, they know where to do it, either in the toilet, or if there is a potty that is made available, the potty must be clean at every time. This is part of hygiene that we need to put it into the children as well. Now, there's also a season for grooming in the toilet. Once you get to the toilet area, you now let the child know, you train the child on how to pull up the pants and put it on by not soiling the pull-up pants or the knicker or the shorts that the child is wearing on. We've also spoke about training the child on how to lift the seat cover if it's a boy to use the toilet, or if it's a girl, she has to sit on the toilet seat. Usually they are not heavy, they're just light. Another exercise that we need to do is that once they do it right, they don't soil themselves, try to applaud the child, try to praise the child, then give the child thumbs up, you did it right. You can even get a check, a small, place wall where you have your star sticker. Once the child does it well, you take him there and put a smiley face and stick it there. Oh, the child is happy. If your child have started going to a play group, or maybe a kindergarten, you can even be given a short memo on this grooming. Don't neglect it. Just follow the tips, and it's going to go a long way to help you to make your child to transit from just urinating anywhere, soiling the diaper, and you get off the use of the diaper, you get off use of pull-up pants, and the child is independent, moving around, just putting on the ordinary pants, and the child is a bit light. There's no heaviness on the bum region. All right. Now, the other thing after that is that we have to teach them the habit of washing their hands after using the toilet. Of course, this is very important because it's part of hygiene. We teach them after you use the toilet, you have to wash your hands. It's part of hygiene, and we need to inculcate this as early as possible. One caution again that we have to bear in mind is that once we have kickstart the toilet training grooming, please don't relent and do not stop it. Sometimes you go out for occasion and your child walks up to you and tells you that, Mom, I want to pee, or I want to pee. Do it there. No, don't do that. If the child comes to you, just, you've started the process and you have to continue. You take the child to the restroom and you support and guide the child by standing, if you can do it alone, or supporting by, removing the pants and the pee, and it dresses up fine, good to go, But if you ask him to do it there, you are going back again to the first step. That is, you're starting all over. You are starting all over again. And during this process, it is always advisable for us to use the process of the method of hydration. It is during the time you give the child more water so that the child feel pressed to want to go to the toilet. So when the child is pressed, he now comes to you and he now goes to the toilet at that time when he is independent, or he will be able to meet up the process of you timing him. If you are the type that forgets, you can also set an alarm 30 minutes or 15 minutes or so. So when the child is hydrated, drinking a lot of water, he's pressed to want to go to toilet more. This is just to inculcate in the child that the signal, once it is time to pee, he notices that he feels that press and he needs to go somewhere to do it. So hydration is very important for them. Apart from the drinking of water is good for the body, but during the toilet training, hydration has been advised to be used as a process of the toilet training. Once again, with these few tips of mine, I hope you'll be able to adapt to the new, to the process of putting your child through this little grooming so that they'll be independent in moving around freely without necessarily putting on the pull-up pant or diaper, because they can go to the toilet freely and independently. Until I come your way next time, please subscribe to KB Diamonds Edu Consults on YouTube or Facebook. Thank you. See you.